Hey YouTube, Longboys Post 1975. Talking to my brother today and he inspired this question below. We were just talking about some of our favourite TV shows and we both had the same thought, the same epiphany if you will, which is, why didn't this show get a video game? So yeah, the question down there is, what TV shows back in the day should have had a video game? Now specifically I want to talk about the sort of 16-bit era, because lots of shows made it to 8-bit, lots of shows made it to sort of, early 8-bit, such as Atari, ColecoVision and Television. But why I want to talk about 16-bit is, to me, it was the first time you had the sort of horsepower or the hardware to make a game that, was familiar to fans of the show, could be recognised as a game based on that TV show. Now, as I always say, taste is subjective, so a show you liked as a child or you liked as a young adult, someone else may think is a bucket of stool. But what's interesting about this question is, regardless of what you think about a TV show, I think we can all agree on certain things here, which is some TV shows just lend themselves to being a video game much more than others. By that, I mean, you take the Star Trek shows, they got video game written all over them. You take Power Rangers, video game written all over it. Home Improvement, never played it, it might be amazing. But to me, the fact that, how would you even go about making a game about home improvement? Maybe that's why it's kind of a little odd as it is. And what annoys me more so about these shows that didn't get games is the software companies were going nuts to get all these licenses, to acquire the license for a TV show that the kids loved. So they thought it was a license to print money. I mean, obviously why some games got made based on some shows, we don't know behind the scenes. Maybe the companies who made the TV show were just asking too much money, or maybe they just didn't even want or think it was appropriate to have a game based on that TV show. But the one for me that always pissed me off, really annoyed me, and it's the same one that my brother agreed with me on, which was, it's got to be Quantum Leap. Pretty sure most of you know what Quantum Leap is, but if you don't, just Google it, just YouTube it, you'll get a feel for it, in seconds. It was an absolutely fantastic TV show. I absolutely loved it. Very interesting, very original, very groundbreaking. Why didn't this get a game? Not just because I love it, but think about it. It absolutely lends itself to video game criteria perfectly. You're a guy who travels throughout history, but to do so you have to do it within, you leap into someone else's body. So not only do you have this vast material of levels you could set across, throughout history, you could have a different character set or skill set on each level because you're a different person. So, and if you look at the TV show, you could have a flying level, you could have a driving level, you could have a boxing level, baseball level, you could have sports levels as well as shoot 'em up levels, side-scrolling levels, exploration levels. There was so much material in the show that just would allow, a game developer to go absolutely batshit crazy and make something just, absolutely phenomenal. You could even have a level with the devil in. You could have puzzle levels, obviously, because you'd leapt into a scientist or a professor or a doctor or something like that. I just think it was one of the most potential TV licenses ever that just went under under the radar. I don't know why it never got a game. And on top of that, also you could have a futuristic sci-fi level. You could have a level where you play OW in the future, where you have to fix the leaping changer or something like leaping changer, chamber, something like that. With Gushy and Ziggy and things like that. There was so much potential for a game based on Quantum Leap, and I don't know. And I know the show was cancelled, but it wasn't like it was wasn't successful. It was cancelled pretty much for the same reason that Firefly was. Or granted, it ran for a lot longer than Firefly, but it was bounced around the TV schedules. But yeah, Quantum Leap to me would have made an absolutely fantastic game, especially if you look at some of the utter dross that came out in the 16-bit era. And you got to remember, a game may be shit, but it can have been cheap to buy the license. So yeah, my answer to this question would be games that I wish came out based on a TV show back in the day, or in the 16-bit era, or the 90s era. Hands down Quantum Leap. Really like to know what yours are. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.